What does it mean for you? Let's just talk about you, Adam, in your local area. When you're out with your neighbours, how do you continue to stay relevant? Maybe you can think of something where the culture is so completely different. How do you hold fast to some of those things that you yourself believe that are completely black and white to your community that you live in?
Yeah, I mean, I can think of some wonderful neighbours that we have, one of whom we would say has probably has faith, but has a very, very pluralistic faith. And I'd say they're hedging their bets. They just want to make sure they're covering all the bases on a range of things. And so, we'll talk about crystals, we'll talk about, and I think this is actually more typical of the average Australian. I think that the very loud voice that says Australia's an atheist reality is just, this is a very loud, but very small minority. The vast number of Australians, I think, have a faith or a spirituality very open. So this neighbour is very much in that ilk. And so, when we, or even my wife who will engage with that particular neighbour, we're always very clear not to it's not about being disrespectful to their beliefs, but being able to, in conversation, in the midst of it, continue for us to elevate and demonstrate the impact of the Christian faith, the faith following Jesus, what that looks like. In that particular dynamic for our neighbour, they're not opposed to that. In fact, it actually brings great respect, and our neighbour knows what we do. My wife is also a pastor, and they know what we do, and because of the nature of the relationship, the loving and the accepting and the support. So when they struggle, we come in and we support. When there's opportunities for us to be good neighbours and good friends, we do what we can to do that. But it's never about saying, watering down our statement of belief in conversation where that's relevant. So we don't lead with ramming it down our neighbour's throat. What we do is we wait for opportunity where it's appropriate to encourage, to pray, to model, to demonstrate. So for us, the power that we experience, the actual transformative power we experience in our walk with God becomes evident, so that in her faith smorgasbord, if I could put it that way, the parts where she's had some connection or those truths start to elevate for her, so that we're not going to see her transformed by sudden agreement with our propositions. There'll be transformation because she experiences what we model and say is true as they lean in invitationally. That's how we try to do that in a way that's helpful and appropriate. And that's a journey that's unfolding. Lots of invitation just to be in relationship with us. That's how that works. And then where it's appropriate, we bring some challenge. Have you thought about this? Maybe you could do that. And as the relationship grows and develops, we get more and more. This idea of we disciple people towards faith in Jesus and then in faith in Jesus. So that's our heartbeat. That's how that pragmatically looks for us. It's just keep building those. Being a good neighbour is underrated as an evangelism tool.